Beautiful, magical Sagittarius, how are you? I'm glad to see you all, and I'm doing your reading tonight asking the question of what do you need to know before September, okay? So for like the next month. So I'm going to pull the Enchanted Path cards for you first, and then we'll expand with the tarot cards after that. So hang in there with me, because all of these readings really build, and I like to pull them by feel because I can feel your energy in the cards before I turn them over to read them. Okay, so let's see what Sagittarius needs to know before September. Any warnings, any surprises? Get this like all coming up in a row there. Wow, I have got so many goosebumps right now. One second. Right there. Okay, look at this. All these in a row. So, what do you need to know before September? And like I said, I'll go in and clarify these after I tell you what's in these, okay? So we have got the Inner Compass card for you. This is one of the things you need to know, is to really follow your inner compass. And if you're feeling some kind of inclination to do something, and especially if you keep feeling it day by day over and over, you might want to do that. You might want to go for it, because it is most likely your inner voice talking to you like, hello, Sag. Sag, we're calling you. You need to go down this path, okay? And that's how you know, is when you hear that little inner voice over and over again, or maybe somebody tells you the same message day after day. You know, some different random person mentions the same thing. You're like, somebody yesterday just told me the same thing. Yeah, really listen to that. Any sort of dreams you have, especially repetitive dreams or places that come up, license tags, anything like that will help you kind of know what your inner compass is. Plus, you guys are so intuitive, you know. You're already feeling it. I know I have a lot of psychics come in, you know, through Sagittarius, and I love it. I'm so glad that you guys are so intuitive. And if you're not an official psychic, you're still a psychic. I mean, you guys have a lot of really special intuition, you know, a lot of special powers. So just, it's not hard for you to tune into that inner compass for sure. So they're just saying to really listen to that, you know. For some of you, there may be something that needs to be healed, and this could be either emotional or it could be physical. You know, it depends. In this picture, it's looking a little bit physical. The raccoon's kind of fixing the fox. Okay, so there may be something that you need to heal, and it's right beside, again, all these four cards just came up so close together, which means something. So I'm gonna put the whole picture here, you know, together here in a second for you. But there, it came up next to this Bone Collector card. I love this card. This card is so deep, and it has so many meanings, and I'm also, sorry, my nose is itching. That usually means somebody's coming into your life, Sag. That's what my grandmother always said, if your nose itches, somebody. So Sag, this Bone Collector card, let me talk about this for a minute. This has to do with sometimes sorting through things, and it could be emotional things, or it can be actually decluttering, okay? Going through things in your attic, things in your basement. And it's really having to do with figuring out what's most important. Which bones do you keep, okay? And the bones represent skeletons. You know, they can represent old skeletons in the closet. Which ones of those bones do you want to keep? Or do you want to keep any of them? Okay, that kind of thing. So it's a lot of depth here. Take it as it resonates for you, because it can be really different for different people. But this is really important. And you know, this Bone Collector has kept the most important stuff, all right? And also, this Bone Collector looks a lot like a shaman or a magician, or somebody that's really working a lot of magic and doing a lot of manifesting, okay? So she's really working with the energy that she's got there, all right, what she's kept, all right? So there's the picture take it as it resonates, Sag, because again, you guys are very intuitive, so you'll know how this feels for you. And it's right beside the coming apart card. This coming apart, there may have been a relationship or situation, a job for some of you, employment, a business. There may have been something that came apart. Could have even been the place you live, you know, your house. Something has changed and come apart. And it's right next to, what do I keep and what do I toss out? Okay, what do I need to heal from? All right, and where's my inner compass taking me? That's why all these cards go together. So where do you want to go? What do you need to heal from? Is there something there that still needs to heal from? What do you want to keep? What do you want to throw away? What's most important to you? Okay, what came apart and what are you letting go of? All right, there's a lot of that happening here. Know that your prayers are being answered, Sag. Sometimes I think, you know, we put those thoughts out there, and when they don't come right back immediately, we feel like nobody's hearing us. And just know that that's something that you need to know coming up before September, okay, which is the question here. Now, I want to get a few more details. This is where it gets interesting, so hang in there with me, and let me pull some more details on your inner compass and healing and magic prayers. There's the 10 of Pentacles. So some of what has, oh wow, some of what's come apart has been a situation with a job for some of you, money situation, the 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. Right in the middle of that, we've got the Fool. Okay, and the Fool is having to do with a new path, but all of these cards actually came up reversed. So for some of you, they're definitely going to be a reversed meaning, which means maybe the job did come apart, like that other card said, and you're not quite sure what's down that path. It's like, oh, I don't know if I want to go down that new path. I'm not sure what's down there, and maybe you're blocking it. Maybe you need to block it, you know. So there's something about feeling like there's an obstacle about a new path. So let's see what else we get here, okay? There's a King of Cups. What do we need to know about King of Cups? There's going to be some sort of a message. Page of Wands next to King of Cups. There's a message coming from this King of Cups. And it's a good message. It's a positive message about opportunities. Oops, wrong cards. Yeah, and again, cutting things out that don't work. So, all right, let me see if I can show you all these cards, okay? So here's the picture, is there's a King of Cups, other way. It's hard to do reverse, sorry, I'm seeing it backwards. Here's the King of Cups who came up first. Now, this can be somebody who's just very emotionally in tune, all right? Very good card, came up upright. And it came up next to the message card, so there's some kind of a message of good news that's coming with this King of Cups, who is very emotionally in tune, you know, really leads with his heart. He's a good listener. He likes the arts and music and things like that. He can be a counselor, he can be a doctor, he can be a healer, you know, natural healer, that sort of thing. So there's some message you're going to be getting. You're going to hear something, good news, you know, from that person. Sometimes this can be a very passionate message for some of you. So for some of you, this is a love relationship or somebody you're going to hear from that you really want to, you know, that kind of thing. It can bring new opportunities that you haven't seen. This is something you haven't seen coming yet, new opportunities. And this is going to be something you need to know by September, because I'm asking about what do you need to know? What does Sag need to know before September, okay? And some of you might be feeling like the Hermit. So I feel like some of you right now are sitting there going, I'm never going to meet that King of Cups because I'm never leaving my backyard. You know, sounds like me. But they are saying there's a lot of inner wisdom with you, and you know, that even though you're the Hermit, what they're trying to say is even though this Hermit is around, you know, in your energy, that's how you're feeling, this is showing up. These new opportunities and this message, and it could be a passionate message for some of you. This King of Cups is going to make an appearance. And I've seen him showing up several times, you know. So even if you're feeling like the Hermit, Sag, move on over and make room for this King of Cups, because I think that energy is coming in some way. It's showing in a month's time. Now this is the Moon card. Sometimes this is a card of deception, but in this case I think it's a timing card. It feels like timing. And you've cut things out that don't work. Here's the Ace of Swords. And it's a cloud with a silver lining here. You know, it's like you cut out what didn't work, but now all the good stuff's coming in. So that is super good, Sag. So let me ask for a little bit more information on what you need to know before September. What does Sag need to know before September? Some of you may be in a balancing act of some sort. You may be balancing money. You may be balancing people in your life, you know, relationships, family, you know, things like that. And some of you have hit rock bottom at some point, but you've healed from it, because this came up reversed. So this is a rock bottom card next to balancing act. Hitting rock bottom may have left some of you in this balancing act. It could have left you in a situation of balancing things, but the good news is you're doing it. You know, you have the strength to do it. You have the knowledge to do it. You're smart, you're strong, you took your power back. So you are balancing things, Sag, and this rock bottom thing is behind you. It caused this, but it's done. You know, you're done with that. They're also telling me right now that more balance is coming into your life by September. Okay, so before September. Yeah, some of you might feel like you're just in this thing on your own right now. This is the One Ring Circus. So some of you with this balancing act that you were kind of left, you know, balancing your life back out. Some of you might feel like you're just not getting anywhere, like you're in this this thing all by yourself. You're doing the whole circus. You know, it's one ring, it's all on you kind of thing. You're balancing this elephant out in the middle of nowhere in the water, about to fall off the rock. Some of you may be really feeling a tipping point of this balance coming into September, but you've got this. You know, the thing is, he's not falling off that elephant. The thing is, he does have it together, and while it feels like a circus, you're under control with it. Okay, you've got this, Sag, is what they're saying. Because I can feel that from some of you, it's like, you know you're strong, you know you've got this, but at the same time, it's like, really? Do I have to really keep doing this? Here's the sacred pool, okay? And Sag, coming up for you, going into September, what you need to know before then is so much of your inner power and your inner intuition, your inner knowing that so many of you have is going to be reflected back to you, okay? So when you get toward the end of this month and on up into September, what you need to know is everything that you put out there is going to be reflected back to you. It's like this tide going in and out. It's like this reflective pool, you know? And this water is very, very reflective. It's going to be showing you your energy, you know, as you put it out there, it comes back to you. I see this beautiful flow of energy. And also, this card has so much to do with if you are in some sort of service work where you're doing healing or you're in service to others in some way, you know, your soul purpose, that kind of thing. It's going to be directly reflected back to you. And of course, you know, Sag is on a very strong ascension path. You guys, you know, went through the ringer the last few years, and you surmounted so many obstacles. You know, you really went through tremendous spiritual growth, and this is reflecting it back to you. You're going to see this coming in a variety of ways, so be sure to look for it, because it's a really beautiful, I love this card. It's a really, really beautiful card, and it really does reflect what's going on with Sagittarius. So this is some cool stuff, Sag. I am really excited for you all, and I hope this was helpful because I think there's a lot here. A lot of cards came up, and I could go on longer into more details about this. I'll try to do an update midweek, and get some more details into this because there's really a lot here. There's a lot here coming up for you because you're expansive. Sag has really expanded on their spiritual path, so of course there's a lot here. It's not just one thing happening. There's a lot. You're a multi-dimensional being, so this is a multi-dimensional reading. So I know it felt like it was going in a lot of different directions because you're going in a lot of different directions. Your energy's big, Sag. It's like you are expanding. I know you probably feel it. I'd love to hear it in the comments if you feel it, because are you feeling it? I think a lot of you are feeling like just how much you've expanded through all of this drama that you were put through, because now you're in your own energy, and now you're like, you're feeling it. You're feeling your power. You're not drained anymore. You're doing what, you were called here to do, finally. So don't let anything throw you off your course. Stay the course, Sag. You're powerful. You've got this. So I guess I'll leave it there for now. There's so much more I could say. I could just talk to you all forever. So anyway, I'll leave it there for now, and I look forward to hearing your comments. And thank you all so much for your likes and comments. I love you guys. Bye.